Yeah, my name is Ahmed Sukkar. I'm the mayor of Wadi Foquin.
And I'm Adel Haroub. I am the youth project coordinator in our campaign, the Save Wadi Foquin.
Wadi Foquin, the name is come from its Arabic name, the Valley of Fruits. Wadi Foquin is a small Palestinian village in the west of Bethlehem, about 12 kilometers from Bethlehem. It's near the green line between the Israeli and Palestinian, and it's famous in agriculture. About 1,400 people living in this village, and all the residents in the village are farmers. They have lands and they working every day in the lands, and also our products is famous in Palestine. Many problems we have now in the village by the settlements around the village. Wadi Foquin, before 1948, we have more about 12,000 dirhams in Wadi Foquin. Israeli authority occupied our land, confiscated about 9,000 dirhams from our land. 3,000 dirhams remained. And now on 31 of August, the civil administration they came to our village and they want to confiscate about 1,500 dirhams also from our village, about 400 acres. Our story in the village, it's the first village, the people in Wadi Foquin, they back to their home after a Nakba. Between 1948 and 1956, the Israeli army and the soldiers, they came to our village and they destroyed all the houses in the village, and all the residents live in Adhisha camp. It's in Bethlehem for 16 years. But because all of them farmers and they have lands and their income from this land, they go and back to their lands every day for 16 years. And after 16 years in 1972, all of the people back to their home in Wadi Foquin. And it's the first village and the first people they back after a Nakba. Now it's the very biggest problems in Wadi Foquin, the sewage water from Beitar Illit settlement. It's the second biggest one in West Bank. About 50,000 of settlers they living in this settlement. This settlement was built in 1987 in the land of Hussein and Nahalin and Wadi Foquin. About the settlements around the village, there is 3 settlements around the village. The biggest one is Beitar Illit settlement. About 50,000 of settlers they living in this settlement, and it was begin in 1987 in the land of Hussein village. It's a Palestinian village, also Nahalin village, and Wadi Foquin. And we have at the entrance of our village small settlements called Hadar Beitar, and in the west the last one is the Tsur Hadassa settlement. And now they have a plan to continue building in these settlements around the village. And when they implement this confiscation and implement their plan, we are in the village like island around us, the settlement, and they take all of our land, all of our mountains. Okay, one of the biggest problem in the village is the sewage water from a treatment unit of Beitar Illit settlement. This problem since 7 years. The sewage flows to our land from this treatment unit through big pipes, and there is about 1,100 dunums in Wadi Foquin. The farmers, they cannot use it for any agriculture. All the land contaminated, and the farmers contaminated, more disease in our products, and also for the people and the farmers, and also because the village is famous in agriculture, and their products is famous in West Bank. If the people hear about this issue, they don't buy anything from Wadi Foquin.
About the schools, during the work and the settlement behind the schools, they used to use the TNT to make a big explosions during the working there, which affected the schools and make cracks in the walls of the schools. And also, in addition to the noise that comes from the machines and they use in their working. And about the children's park, we recently finished working with a humble children's park in Wadi Foquin, which is close to one of the water springs. And unfortunately, we received an order from administrative office in Bethlehem to stop working in this park because it is located in Area C and it is a state land.
I want to add about the lands close with the schools. Between the settlement and the school, all of the land, the Israeli authority, they want to confiscate this land. And also it's a very big problem because there is no space to build the new schools, to add the new rooms for the classes. Also, we have more plans to build the playground for the children, soccer fields also, soccer fields for the youth and the students also in the village.
How do the settlers interact with you? Or do they not speak to you at all? Or what's the interaction with the settlers like?
Mm-hmm.
No.
We don't have any chats with the settlers when they come to the village because they come with their own guns. They use the fields, they use the agricultural pools for swimming, and at the same time they use the park that the administrative office has already delivered us and the order of stop building in it. At the same time they use it. So the farmers are afraid from dealing with me or talking with them, and also it is a big problem because we are afraid that one day we can expect anything to happen with them.
What does Israel say is their plan for you? When they confiscate your land, what do they tell you is going to happen to you? What's their plan?
Yeah, in 31 of August this year, the civil administration, they came to our village and they put signs, about 50 signs in the north and south and east and west of the village. They just put signs, the yellow signs, this is a state land, forbidden to use. They want to confiscate this land. They have more plans to continue building in the settlements. There is a plan to build a big industrial area near to our lands in one of the mountain, and also in the future they will put all the waste from this industrial area to our land also. And there is a link between the settlements in the south of our village, in Gush Atzion and Gavaot and Suradasa and the west, and Beitar Illit also.
Usually they don't speak with the farmers when they have the orders. The farmers only have 40 days, 45 days to go to the military courts and hand your documents that prove that you are the owner.
Also, this is our life in the village. The people eating and drinking from nature, from the spring water. We use our products every day. We're cooking in the valley. It's our life. You know, there is more settlements in West Bank, and if we talk about the state land for Palestine, there is no space to have a state. It's West Bank is our land, and they occupied our land. The United States should have more ways to help us and support us to stop the occupation to our land.
It is illegal settlements by the same time, according to Oslo agreement, also between the PA and Israel. They said that this is the PA area or the West Bank, while at the same time they started building a lot of settlements there, and they still working till now.
You know, about 70% in West Bank it's Area C. And now the plan the Israeli authority, they want to take all of the lands in Area C. How we can have the state land for Palestine? We're seeking the peace. We are talking now as a human, not just a Palestinian. All the world, not just the United States, they should support us to have our state, to end the occupation also.
What are the immediate needs of the village, and what can people do to help you?
Yeah.
All of the people, we invite all the people to visit Wadi Foquin. We have a big campaign, Save Wadi Foquin. Yeah, to support the villagers, to support the farmers in the village. The Human Rights Association also, they can do more about support us in the village to stop the confiscation land, also to support the farmers in the village. We have more projects in the village, but we cannot work in this project because it's Area C. And every time the Israeli authority, they don't give us orders, they don't give us the permits to work in this area. They many times they give us orders to stop working. They take our land. They don't give us any permits to work in this area. Yeah, about our needs, we want to build new rooms for the schools, rehabilitate the grounds of the schools, build the walls around the schools also, rehabilitation the main roads and internal roads in the village, also rehabilitation the agricultural roads, support the farmers with some projects and rehabilitation the lands, plant the trees, the olive trees. Also support the youth and the student. We focus to build a soccer field for the youth and the student. There is no soccer field in the village, and every time the student and the youth and the children, they play football in the streets. It's very, very dangerous for him. And also more healthy projects and education projects and women projects. We have more projects. Yeah, we have in the village some families they have been living in the caves since about 50 years without any service, and the Israeli authority, they give them the families, they received more orders to leave these caves, and the plan of the wall in front of the one of these caves. This is our life. The people living in close with their agriculture area, close with the springs water, eating and drinking from nature. This is our life, and we want the people to support us. It's a human rights issue.
I want to add that we invited the General Consul in U.S. Consul in Jerusalem, Mr. Michael Ratney, and he visited our village. We had a tour inside the village, and he saw everything there. He wasn't satisfied about what is going there, and he said that I'm going to report back to Mr. Kerry, and we'll find how to help the village. Also, it is a human issue at the same time, and the Palestinian have the issue to live in a good life, and also the world has responsibilities to end the occupation. We have a weekly protest after we have received the recent confiscation orders. Our weekly event is non-violence protests. We go to the lands that they want to confiscate. We want to plant olive trees, hanging signs against confiscations that these are our lands, but at the same time they treat us in a bad way. They ask us to leave, and they throw the tear gas on us, and once they sprayed a pepper spray on our mayor, Mr. Sukkar, also.
Also the houses, the older people, they tear gas in the houses.
So we are encouraging people in all over the world, and especially here in US, to come and visit Wadi Foquin and to support our village and all of Palestine. Not only we are focusing on our village, so it is all the Palestinian rights, not only Wadi Foquin.